On a bright and crisp June afternoon, Canada's famed Snowbirds team, formerly known as the 431 Air Demonstration Squadron, took their final laps around southern Ontario after a 55-year run that winds down after this season. At the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum in Hamilton, the museum's B-52 Mitchell flew in front as the Snowbirds zipped over hundreds of gathered spectators near the hangar on a trip that included a flyby over Niagara Falls. Once on the ground, current members of the team mingled with interested fans, media members, the general public, and museum volunteers.
And what's your favorite memory as a snowbird pilot?
Oh, how much time do you have? I think like everything. Doing maple splits over Parliament Hill, a restricted area that nobody can fly in during Canada Day, seeing all the red and white on the ground. You could visibly tell that people are wearing red and white all over the Parliament grounds. But even small town things like this, like taxiing up to this and seeing more people than we probably brought brochures for or were expecting, it's incredible. Yeah, so the amount of connection we have with everyday Canadians is really touching. Yeah, especially for somebody like me who wasn't even born in this country. Like I came here as an immigrant, hence the name, from Poland when I was a little 2.5-year-old with funny hair, and made Canada my home and spent 7 years in Air Cadets and dreamed big and worked hard and persevered. And so, I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Just work hard, try hard, and dream big.
The Snowbirds are one of the big reasons that I started flying.
Oh, yeah.
And were a big inspiration to me. And I'm a professional pilot now. I fly for a living. And it's just every time I see them, it's like kind of like the first time. It's a lot of national pride and big inspiration to me.
Well, it's an honor for us to have the Snowbirds take the time out of their schedule to visit Hamilton and to visit the museum. One of our mandates is to preserve and to remember and to cherish our rich military aviation history. And 431 Squadron, Air Demonstration Squadron, is a big part of that. And so for us to showcase them and to honor them and to fly with them is just a privilege for us.
Originally formed as a bomber squadron during World War II, the Snowbirds are now based near Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, on a Canadian Forces base. Their main role consists of performing air shows in showcase of national pride, military public relations, and recruitment hopes. In Hamilton, the famous World War II Lancaster bomber was recently repainted to mark the arrival of the Snowbirds, and while it couldn't be in the air due to mechanical problems, its presence loomed large.
So the significance of the new paint job is the fact that the Lancasters were actually part of the 431 Squadron back in World War II. So they've actually painted the Lancaster to the original 431 Squadron, which is the same squadron as the Snowbirds. So when the Snowbirds were established, they actually chose to honor the bomber squadron of World War II by joining the 431. So now the 431 is actually an aerobatic squadron for the Snowbirds, but actually used to be a bomber squadron back in World War II.
Due to the increasing age of the current CT-114 Tudor jets, the Department of National Defense announced in May that the planes would be grounded and flight shows orchestrated by the Snowbirds would come to an end. The government has promised a swift transition to the usage of CT-157 Siskins, but many are unsure about how long it will take.
They are retiring after this season. What are your hopes for the Snowbirds going forward?
I hope they don't retire.
Yeah.
I hope that they may be reduced to a 7-airplane formation till 2030, and in the meantime that they find a new jet to fly.
The Snowbirds' final season will continue through October with one final ride taking place in Sacramento, California. Throughout the summer, Canadians will have the opportunity to see them in action in numerous cities and provinces. For the News Forum, on location, I'm Lucas Michtics reporting.